Now let us see what is how India's constitution is made. So making of India's constitution, class 10th, it is 17th unit, part 2. Okay, in the previous slide we have seen 1701. So definition of constitution and its need. Okay, now let us see how the drafting committee constituted this constitution. So drafting committee, who drafted the constitution actually? So drafting committee, the Constitution of India adopted on 26th January 1950. Who is this drafting committee? Who are the members? How many members are there in this? Is it one man committee? Now let us see. It was drafted by the Constituent Assembly of India. So we have a group of people, all the leaders, political leaders who are educated in those days before independence. They formed into constituent assemblies. Okay, so they took up this monumental task with their collective effort. All of them they collected information from different constituent assembly, and the prominent leaders and legal experts, what they did, they brought all the information. Okay, need for the what is the need in different areas about reservation, and how they are supposed to frame the constitution, and caste system, based on caste system. We did not even have sufficient dams. So regarding cultivation, irrigation, how dams should be constructed, what are the plans that we need to make, all these things are discussed. So in different areas, what are the problems we are facing, they collected information. Okay, so in that they selected few people who are learned, and in that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he was the chairman of the drafting committee. Okay, he is also called as father of the Indian Constitution. So he played a major role in drafting the constitution. Okay, because of his efforts, his great efforts, we call him as the father of the Indian Constitution. Okay, so along with him, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he was the president of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, he also guided the deliberations, all the deliberations what they made with the help of different constituent assemblies, he deliberated. Okay, and then Jawaharlal Nehru was the then prime minister. Before we got independence, Jawaharlal Nehru was also in the drafting committee. Okay, so he proposed the objectives, what should be our objectives for a good governance of the country. So his resolutions he brought in 1946, outlining the guiding principles for the constitutions. He gave many principles how the constitution should be made. So not only these, we have Sardar Vallabhai Patel. He is called the Iron Man of India because some parts of India was not under the British rule. So it was very difficult to bring all whole of India under one uh, umbrella. So he had deliberations with the other small kings who were ruling. Okay, that's why he is called as Iron Man of India, and worked for the issues related to states because they were all different. Only few parts, northern part and in central part, we find uh, these uh, places which were under the rule of the British. But whereas in Telangana, which was called as Hyderabad state, was still under the rule of Nizams. So all all the states should come under one India. So he conducted deliberations, and he brought them in under one structure, and he gave the suggestions how the state governments and central government should function. We have federal structure. So for that, it is Sardar Vallabhai Patel, this man who worked very hard to bring India under one system. Okay, and here K.M. Munshi is another person. He is a member of the drafting committee who contributed significantly to the cultural and fundamental rights aspect. What are the fundamental rights we should have, and what are the cultural uh, aspects that we should take care? All those things he gave it. Next person is B.N. Rao. He was appointed as a constitutional advisor. Okay, and he prepared the initial draft that was revised by the drafting committee. Okay, draft means the structure. The structure of the constitution was given by him. Then Alladi Krishnamaswamy Iyer and T.T. Krishnamachari. These two people also were the members of the drafting committee who made notable contributions. They set all the things which article should be in which place. They set everything. And if we see the formation, when it was formed, the Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946. It had 389 members before independence. Then, when India was partitioned, then at that moment, some of the assemblies were given to Pakistan. So, it was reduced to 299 members. So, what did these people do? It is not one man who took the decision. So assembly held for 11 sessions, 11 times they came together, they discussed over 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. They had deliberations and then they came to a conclusion with the lengthy constitution. Okay? And they also studied about Indian Act 1935. They studied the US Constitution, the British parliamentary system, and many more other countries also they read. Then only they took the decision of making it. So, finalization and adoption. Finally, what did they do? The drafting committee, chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, was formed on 29th August 1947. And the final draft was adopted on 26th November 1949. And it came into effect on 26th January 1950. All these points you are supposed to learn. Whether you learn for competitive exams or bits, you are supposed to learn. So, first thing here, what you must remember is chairman of the constitution is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. When was it formed? 29th August 1947. Then what is 26th November 1949? Final draft was adopted. Then what is 1950, 26th January 1950? It came into force. That day is called as Republic Day. These 3 points you have to remember. The Indian Constitution is renowned for being the longest written constitution because they read about different countries' constitutions and they took most of the things from other countries. So it became the lengthiest, longest written constitution in the world. And it is very complex. Why? Because there is diversity in the country. Different languages are spoken in different parts. And many problems were existing at that time. We had social problems, economic problems, and we also had um, problems with the uh, multiple cultures existing. Not only that, rulers were also there. They did not leave the country immediately. So it was very difficult for them to understand and bring all the things into one